Follow me on this fantastic journey, made of bytes, strange things, and questions about existence. But first of all, warning, this is not a tutorial. It's just me doing things with the terminal. Do not replicate. There is a risk of permanent data loss. Hello, everyone. Today I want to corrupt a GPT partition table on multiple fronts, and then try to fix it. I also want to make a backup of the table headers, because I have never done a fix from an external file. First of all, I prepare my battle USB stick, devastated by thousands of writes. There is only one partition at the moment, and I would like to create at least two, so as to have more things to ruin. It will take me a short time. As always, I fill with zeros, so as to see well what is happening inside. Create the GPT partition table, create two partitions and put two file systems in them, so as to see them clearly appear and disappear on the desktop during the corruption and fix process. This process is quick and easy. I'll put on some background music while I finish. Very good. I visually check for a moment that everything is in order. I mean, it is in order, but I'm a curious person. I can't help but look into it. There is the zero block of the MBR, the header block of the partition table, the list of partitions with their details, the file systems and their backup copies. While going forward, practically at the end of the memory, there is the backup copy of the GPT partition table without the file systems, because inside the respective partitions, the backup copy is presented in reverse order than before, without the MBR sector. I excluded all zeros to see only the parts of memory with data. In the meantime, to have a more practical map of the blocks, I wrote a short code that prints the list of blocks with the positional reference details so that I can copy it to a text file and write notes in it. It's nothing exoteric. I have the block clearly visible, the number of bytes from which it starts, and the relative start in hexadecimal format. At block 0, there is the MBR sector. It has only a protective purpose. It will be regenerated in its final part, the list and the signature. At block 1, there is the header of the GPT table. At block 2, the list of partitions begins. As we have seen, there are my two partitions with the relative details and specifications. From block 34, the partitions begin with the file systems, the file partition table, the data, and this then depends on the type of file system. The final part, the one with the backup, has addresses that vary based on the size of the memory used. Now I can destroy everything up to block number 3. Considering that I start from block 0, it is equivalent to destroying block 0, block 1, and block 2. I fill them with random data and immediately, the two partitions disappear from the desktop. Now, I want to see what happened. As you can see, there is nothing left except the intact file systems. I try to recover the table. Using gdisk, it starts with a warning about the main header corruption, but it says that the backup is valid. It will regenerate the main header from the backup. More error messages follow. It also recommends some parameters to use to check and fix this problem. First, I say that I want to use the current GPT, otherwise it will erase everything and create a new one. Then I follow the instructions, very simple by the way, to regenerate the header. From the main menu, I open the recovery and transformation options. For experts only. Please don't let our cats open this setting or the world will turn upside down. From the secondary menu, I use the first parameter to reconstruct the main header from the backup one. Then I confirm, at my own risk, everything I have done. The partitions should reappear, beautiful and sparkling, in all their splendor. Sector 0 is still filled with random data, but only up to the point where the partition list is and new data is written there. There is the MBR signature, then, to my delight, I still see everything that was deleted. The recovery procedure on the main header works. Now I want to corrupt the backup header, and then both of them together, using a file as a backup. This is a rather boring exercise by now, but I want to see for myself. I had calculated the position in bytes in my memory of the backup header, a position that depends exclusively on the size of the memory dedicated to the partition table. I want to point out that they are not universal references. Once I have identified the beginning, I demolish everything with random data. Then I follow the procedure above, taking care to rebuild the backup started from the main header. Everything goes smoothly, and the two partitions remain alive. This time they remain present on the desktop, without a backup of the partition table. Everything went well. The backup was rebuilt, and they all lived happily ever after. Now it's time to do more damage, but with a backup file. I save it to the desktop. I create this file and look inside it out of curiosity. There is Sector 0 with the random data still up to the partition list, and then the header of the GPT table with a double copy, and the list of my two partitions. It goes up to Sector 34, included in the backup. Without going into too much detail, with the same method seen before, I delete both the main header and the backup with random data. I open the Gdisk settings again, read some messages about the mess I've made, and go to the special menu, the one for experienced and beautiful people. I choose the option to recover partitions from file, insert my file, and everything is back to normal. Up until now, everything has been very easy. I will make a backup of all the headers of my partitions to be safe. I also do a disk check, which results without problems. Getting this far has been a lot of fun for me. I hope for you too. See you soon.